apparently the update magically fixes all the issues that the guy brought up. So it's kind of like hype train back on track.
Well, I think some of it was like he used an exploit that allowed him to upgrade his hyperdrive very quickly, which is why he got to the center in 30 hours.
Mm-hmm.
So if that's part of it, then that's a big deal.
That's what I'm doing, bro. I'll meet you at the center.
Going to the center as fast as possible.
People can't even like see each other in game, right? It's not the same universe.
Never see another player interaction.
Yeah. Maybe.
Well, I'm talking about like if we went to the center of the universe at the same time, would we even see each other? Is it not?
I've been wondering that too.
Because I know it's the same universe, but it might not be same universe. Like I don't know. What do we call that?
Because you think as you got closer to the center, everybody's going to be
congested, getting
a lot closer to each other if there's one ultimate destination.
But I mean, it could be the same universe, like Destiny. Like everyone sees the same shit because, like, since it's just math, they could have it so everyone sees the same planets. But I mean, if it's not linked up, then even if we're on the same planet, we wouldn't see each other. You know what I'm saying? Is it?
I get what you're saying, but I think that the game is designed that there's a chance you could always run into another player.
Okay, I'm having a hard time.
Yeah, because the only reason.
So I get what you're saying, Tim, is that you're not occupying. You're in the same space, but you're not actually occupying the same space. Because in Destiny, there's plenty of people that are in the same part of the map, but you don't see them at the exact same time.
I want to run into space pirates. That's what I was promised. Because they said you can either play it legit, and you can go and you can mine, or you can go and you can be a explorer takeover person, or you can be a space pirate and exploit other people and steal their resources. If you can't play with other people, how can you be a space pirate stealing from other people?
Because you're only going to be stealing from NPCs.
That's stupid. That's not the same.
There's going to be like spaceports that you'll attack and you'll like steal from them instead of going and trading with them. I know it's not the same thing. It's not the same thing.
That's weird.
He said he eventually wants to have base building in there.
Baseball
building. If you build it, they will come.
Oh.
Mm-hmm. Are you wearing an army hat?
No.
You're wearing a Don't Tread on Me hat?
Yeah.
Oh, Don't Tread on Me.
Yep. Well, soon I might not be able to wear this hat anymore, or else I'm immediately a racist. So.
Racist. Oh, no, that's part of the whole thing, too.
It is now. That's kind of why I wore it.
Is now? I thought that was always part of that. So
I've only heard about it recently.
See, I thought that because in wrestling there was a man named Zeb Coulter who appeared on the scene in like 2012 or so, and his whole thing was he came in complaining about Mexicans coming over the border and all this stuff. No. And his thing was don't tread on me, and he had the whole flag and all that good stuff. So that's the first time I ever saw it. So I was like, oh, okay, don't tread on me is for like
racist people.
Bullshit chases in the background. Damn Mexicans, yeah. Build that wall.
Build that wall, and you're paying for it.
It's huge.
But yeah, so they were like super patriotic. His little group was super patriotic and like all America and whatever. So I just assumed it was like super hardcore, supposed to be patriotism that comes off kind of racist, and I don't know. I don't really know that.
Well, fair enough. Well, hey guys, welcome to HutchCast Live, episode 23. I'm your host, Zach Hutchins, aka the Gaming Hutch. I figured I would actually introduce the show at this point since we've been live for a few minutes. Joining me this week is the Ayatollah of the controller, Mr. Jace Baldridge.
Baby.
And disappointed dog himself, Tim Hayes.
Thought we were gonna get away from that.
No, we gotta come back to it.
We could have at least thought up with something a little cooler than disappointed.
3 weeks, not enough time to come up with something better.
It's not. It's not.
You know what? I should have taken the initiative.
I know. Well, you maybe can start thinking of something that you want to replace disappointed dog with.
Stop being so disappointed.
About everything.
Dog ass.
Always disappointed. When we start talking about stuff today, disappointment will come straight out of Tim's mouth.
Show pure excitement over everything. That's the key.
Yep, that's all you're allowed to show today. So even if you didn't like Suicide Squad, you only can talk about what you liked, Tim.
Hey, all right. Well, yeah, we'll talk about that in a little bit. It wasn't terrible.
Oh, but you guys, it's been a few weeks since we've been able to get together. I left on a vacation. I got to go up to Iowa and see my sister, and all of
It's
my
not a
other
vacation.
siblings.
That's work, dude.
It was
surrounded by family.
Yeah, but it was more of a vacation. We didn't do anything. The good thing about vacation this year is we didn't drink half as much as we normally do. I think we've all started to grow up.
Weird idea of a vacation, my friend.
That's what I was thinking.
Gotta hang out with family. Didn't drink as much. It was great.
It was
Usually
great.
people say that's like a worse scenario, being around family but drinking less.
So
That's usually how you cope with that.
you know what? I think that I can talk a little bit about that a little later. My topic is going to be a lot involving kind of how vacations normally happen, how I've treated life the last 3 years, and how it's changed over the course of the last month, especially in the vacation area. So that'll be fun to talk about when we get to my topic. That will be kind of topic of the week. Before we get to that, though, I'd like to hear what everybody's been playing in the last 3 weeks, because we really haven't had a show since we talked about since we did the Harry Potter Sorting Hat stuff, which was like 3 weeks ago.
That was 3 weeks ago?
Yeah.
Fuck.
Because we've missed the last 2 weeks.
So like
for
that was
shows.
like a week ago.
No, we've missed 2 shows
I
in a
know
row.
I know it was 3 weeks ago. I'm just saying, it feels like that was not 21 days ago.
I know.
Zach, I'll take this one first.
Go,
if you please.
Yeah, absolutely.
I've just been playing Overwatch, dude.
Surprise, surprise. Tim has played Overwatch.
Well, it's like that perfect game where I've been busy at work. I'm on the Monday through Friday schedule. They're having me come at like 6 in the morning. So I get off work, go to the gym. By the time I get home, I'm tired as shit. Take care of my stuff, and then I just play for like an hour, and then I go to bed. Boom.
Mm-hmm.
And it's been great going into competitive mode. Playing with my buddy Kurt here, same time. So it's kind of nice. We get in for like an hour, and we did the competitive match. Got ranked at like 44. Not that great. And I think now I'm like at 53, which isn't that great, but it's a lot more fun than quick play. I'll tell you that.
Nice. I can't wait to actually jump on and get to play some of the competitive, because I've yet to be able to jump on and play with you guys when you're doing that.
Have you done your 10 matches yet?
Nope.
Okay, that's fine, because we can still play together while you do your intro matches.
Nice. Jace, have you done that yet?
No.
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 I saw you
no
stream.
desire-
I saw you
I have no
streaming
desire to
Overwatch
do
the other
that.
night, though. I jumped into
Yeah,
your
I
stream
was
to
doing-
watch you play.
I was
It's-
doing quick play.
It's so much
I know.
more fun than quick play, Jace.
I don't see how that's possible.
Because you can quit it. You can treat it just like a quick play, but you can only have one of each character on each team, or like for your team.
No
so you're not
duplicate
getting
characters.
Yeah,
I
so
have
you're
no
not getting-
problem with that. I don't care.
Okay, and then it's a lot more coordinated as far as like people seem to like understand to group up, and they're not just going in fucking Hanzo out there by himself, alone and unafraid, just getting whacked.
I
That's what
think
Hanzo
Jace.
is for.
Actually,
I think
you know what?
Jace though would care, because I saw it on his stream the other night when there were 5 Torbs and like a Mercy, and he was Hanzo and his team wasn't doing shit, and he was just getting pissed off because he's the only one taking on like 5 turrets.
Yeah, there you go, dude. See,
And he's getting so pissed, and I'm just laughing at it the whole
but now
time.
he's just stubborn. So
I get-
refuse to
I
be
get-
competitive.
I get matched up with some terrible, terrible people.
Yeah, well, you'll
That's what I'm
avoid
saying, like-
the 5 Torb turrets that you can. There's no way you're going to be able to take on with a single Hanzo. So,
I think what it comes down to is I have more games that seem like they're closer of a match and more fun playing competitive than quick. Because quick, it's either like 1 or a 10 as far as really fucking easy, or I'm just getting my ass handed me and my team's not doing anything. I get super frustrated.
mhm.
So like competitive seems to balance it out a little more.
Yeah.
Just starting out there, dude, because I don't like competitive play that much. I'm not like, oh man, I need to be bronze tier or something, need to work. But it's more. It seems like it's more of a fun. I treat it like a quick play. I don't really care what my ranking is.
Alrighty. Have you been playing anything else other than Overwatch? Have you been playing
No.
anything with those classic games, your Raspberry Pi? Or whatever
No, I
it's
haven't, dude. I've fallen off the bus on that the last couple weeks.
called? Mm.
Bus?
The bus, the classic
Mm.
gaming bus, dude. That shit just left the
What-
station a few
What
weeks ago.
a classic
Fucking waving it
expression,
down.
falling off the bus.
Falling off the gang bus, I think, is what I just heard.
falling off the I don't know, fucking bicycle.
Wagon would get you the 300.
How is
Uh.
this gonna like irk you, Jace. Oh my God, he said bus in that wagon. Fuck this guy. He's off the show. Get your
I've never heard the expression "fall off the bus."
I mean, it's fine. Falling off the wagon.
Unless it's a short bus, and then you expect them to fall off.
Oh, that's a little sad.
Yeah, that's terrible.
No, that's unfortunate though, Tim, because I had turned on Chrono Trigger, and I had played. I'm almost all the way to the end, and I've barely been able to play because it's. I am remembering how short of a game Chrono Trigger actually is, and it's because it has the multiple endings. So, because it has the multiple endings that you do spacing out throughout the game itself is really not that long. After you start it, I think you could blast through it in 20 to 25 hours probably. It's pretty
Keep
short.
it blasting, y'all.
Blast straight through the game.
Blast.
So I think what happened was I was on board. I was on the classic gaming wagon, and then Overwatch came out, and I really got sucked into it because I'll get sucked into a game pretty hardcore.
Before this happened.
It came out, but we didn't buy it before we started the classic gaming journey because Overwatch had been out for at least a month before we took the plunge. Before I took the plunge.
And then I waited a couple weeks after that.
You would know better than I.
Jace.
Yeah.
What have you been playing for the last 3 weeks?
Puzzles.
Puzzles?
Yeah. You weren't in here. I showed him a puzzle I was working on that this show is taking time out of working on.
Oh, I'm sorry. Puzzles are fun. My wife does them constantly. I help her periodically.
So does my grandma.
I finally sat down and said, I'm working on this today because it's taking up my coffee table.
Uh-oh.
Fuck this guy. He works on puzzles. This old man's... Yep, we're getting him out of here. Holy shit, screen cap that. Put the disappointed dog up there, Zach.
Disappointed dog now? Oh.
Put the picture up there.
Oh. It wants to come back so badly.
My
My
God. Hope you can hear us.
Womp womp.
Little snippets of sound are coming in, Jason. These sound ridiculous. Me.
I actually haven't heard anything really since he went down. That's okay. We haven't really had a whole lot of technical difficulties during the middle of the show.
Dude, let's not focus on this. It's a two-man show anyway. Let's keep going, man. Oh, shit. There he is.
Jeez Louise.
Hi,
Technology.
Well, we were just lamenting, just being like, "Damn it, where's Jace?"
Yeah, I was just about to text you.
I have the show running on my computer.
Man, that Jace guy, he's the best.
you know what? The fact that this is only the second time ever, though, that we've really had a technical difficulty is kind of funny.
It just popped up, and I looked down, and I was like, "Oh, that's about to crash." It was the little bar where it's like.
Bad internet.
Frozen, waiting or something, and like trying to fix itself, and it died. Anyway,
so you know what, Zach, have disappointed dog on standby. I'm demanding this just because you had it so ready to go when my little internet dropped out.
No, it wasn't. Actually, it took me minutes. It took me minutes to put up disappointed dog.
I was back up.
Well, now you're all ready to go, dude. So we should have this shit on standby, you know?
Yeah.
Just in case. Just throwing it out there.
And now it's passed. Jace, you're going to have to start over. We didn't get anything of what you were about to say.
I don't even remember. It's a puzzle. And it's on my coffee table.
Okay.
Taking up much space. Got to get it done. Besides that, it was Pokemon Go, and that's taken a nosedive here lately.
I'm going to want to ask your opinion on the trackers, but go through everything
else first. Their shit updates. The old Overwatch I play maybe once a week or so. For a couple hours, if even that. Other than that, yesterday I started Hyper Dimensions Neptunia Rebirth 1 randomly because I watched a Ruby last weekend. Consumed my weekend last weekend.
It's so good too. Ruby's awesome.
You watched
so fucking good. I watched it twice.
I watched what?
Twice.
It's the Rooster Teeth anime, Ruby. But it's
Never heard of that.
RWBY.
It's really fucking good.
Yeah.
As good as in, like, is it supposed to be funny?
It's funny. It's
Has
action packed. The
great
fighting
action.
is awesome. The characters are awesome. The story is like exactly what I'm looking for. And like, I'm
What
really
the hell?
particular with my animes and stuff, you know, because I don't really watch them because I'm really picky about my entertainment, especially when it's like off my regular track of entertainment. And this show just hits like every single point that I've been looking for in like an alternative like show that I don't usually watch. My only problem with it is the animation of it, but it's really only when they show the feet like and how terribly it contacts the ground. It looks like a really bad PS2 game that's all I see when I watch it.
Yeah.
But if they don't show the feet, it's really cool. But it's the animation they used, and it works with what the show is and how the fighting and stuff works. It's really fucking cool. Like I said, I watched all 3 seasons twice last weekend.
Yeah.
Holy shit! Where do you watch this at?
Netflix has season 1 and 2, and then Rooster Teeth or Crunchyroll has season 3 for free, but you have to watch like the
Commercial things.
Not well if you have ad blocker. No.
I meant for Crunchyroll because like I got that.
No, for Crunchyroll even too. Like it does the
Crunchyroll.
It does the intro for every episode, and if you watch the seasons on like Netflix, it shows the intro once, and then it just stream like episode to episode to episode to episode because they're only like
plays it like a movie.
Yeah,
Zach?
Because the episodes range from 12 to about 20 minutes per episode. There's about 15 episodes per season, so it's about 2.5 to 3 hours per season.
That's not bad at all. Zach, would Nina like this show?
Ruby, I think she would actually enjoy it. Yeah,
she's like
because it has cute girl characters. All the main characters are female. And
you see some titties? You see some titties in there?
No, it's not.
No titties.
It's not like a.
They're like 15.
It's not a fan servicey type
and 17 years old. Yeah.
The girls.
Well, you should have said that before I asked the question.
No titties.
The girls are badass, though. I mean, they're strong female characters. They're good. They're funny. There's
the show's hilarious.
There's goofy relationships in it the whole time, including like
Jesus Christ. I don't know about this show anymore, man.
Actually,
goofy relationships.
No, what I'm saying is like one of the main characters is this dude who is like completely helpless. He's like so. He's just an idiot, but he's lovable.
The main male protagonist
is just such an idiot, and like, but he's so lovable. Yeah.
You can see where his story arc is going.
Yeah.
All right, maybe I'll check that out.
It's very awesome. But so I was like had this anime like kick in my head, and I tried watching a different couple ones on Netflix, and there was this one that I watched a few like a lot of the first season, which is about 1 million episodes in it apparently, called Fairy Tale, and I watched this a little bit last weekend, and then. There's this game called Hyperdimensions Neptunia, and it's an anime. It's a game with anime animation. It's an RPG, like action RPG-esque turn-based like fighting, but the story is the console wars, like Xbox versus PlayStation versus Nintendo, in like just tongue-in-cheek like story fashion. Like it's obvious, but that's what the story is. They live in a world called game industry, but it's spelled differently.
Oh my
gosh. The battle between the different nations is known as the console war, and one of the lands is called PlayStation, and the other.
What the hell? I've never heard of this.
I haven't either.
Well,
I've heard of the game. I did not know this is the concept.
It's super obvious. Like they know they don't try to hide what it is, like the Xbox girl has like these shoulder pads that have like the green X on like the circle, so it looks like the button in the middle of the controller. And there's just this whole setup, and it's pretty funny. The writing's pretty good. That one, I don't think there's any in Tim's favor. There's no titties in it. However, there's a lot of jiggling in it. So
I don't need titties and everything. I just thought I'd ask. Come
with
on.
the anime, you want there to be titties in there. I know. I understand. I'm just saying there's a lot of suggestive jiggling in there. So
Hey.
But yeah, it's pretty entertaining. Like I said, I played about 2 hours of it yesterday, and it's pretty entertaining. I'm gonna continue with it.
Nice.
Other than that, just Destiny here and there. I played. Finally, I completed Hard Raid last night.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, not that far behind everyone else.
So I got my moments of triumph for year 2 went from 2 of them to 5 because I actually did the challenge of the Elders. I finished that too yesterday.
I forgot about they have that fucking challenge thing for the new year. We never did that, did we, Zach?
And then
nope, I never did year 2.
I know what shards I'm missing for it. And
those fucking shards, I forgot all about those.
Only 2 more, and they're for the challenge modes, like during the raid, for the Golgoroth challenge and the Oryx challenge or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
So I need those 2. So and I can't get those right now because it's still the Warpiest, and it's challenge again.
Court of Oryx, good times. I remember waiting for those.
What?
Yeah.
Did I say Court of Oryx? What?
Is that what you're talking about? You need the shards from the specific Court of Oryx?
The challenges in the raid.
The hard raid challenges. Like, you remember how they put in modifiers? Like, we had to do it a certain way in hard.
Like the War Priest, you have to beat him in 2 turns.
Yep. Golgoroth, everybody had everybody. Anybody.
You can't have a stop. You can't lose the gaze or whatever.
I remember the challenges, but these are for shards?
You get shards whenever you complete the challenges for the first time.
Okay, I don't remember the shards. I remember the challenges.
Calcified fragments.
That's what I'm thinking about. Calcified frags.
Yeah, because you have to get all 50 of them to get the moment of triumph or whatever, and I have 48 of them.
Oof.
That's just
like I said, I know what the other 2 are. So, and then, but yeah, I played a bunch of that last night because I actually had a group of people. Because I was watching Destin Legary streaming, and he's like, I have a couple open spots because he's just grinding for like every gun that's like from year 2 and stuff.
Yeah.
And got in there and played with him and did the Elder stuff, and then another guy jumped on and we did the raid. So got a lot of done, but for 3 weeks, not a lot of game playing. To be honest, a lot of sitting around, a lot of going to bed early because my tooth was hurting constantly.
We can talk a little bit about that when we get on to health, Jace, because I know you had some issues health-wise.
Hold that tooth story there, buddy. Don't let that one know you.
Tooth story.
Well, I was talking to him a little bit about it on his stream the other night, actually, which is kind of funny. I was in the chat just talking to him.
But that's all I've been playing, surprisingly, for 3 weeks.
Yeah.
A lot of the same, even those same things, not a lot of time with them.
Man, this would be the perfect segue to my topic, but you have to go first, Zach.
Oh, I'm sorry. Well, I'll go quickly about what I've played, because I have also played very little in the last 3 weeks. Being that I spent an entire week back in Iowa with my family, I did not play games while I was there. I played Overwatch.
But you brought your PS4. We got one game in.
Yep, I think we played, an hour worth of Overwatch in the entire week, and that's all I played for the whole week.
20 minutes.
I think I was Pokemon hunting whenever you sent me the invite for that one.
Well, it wasn't worth it.
I did play a lot of Pokemon Go while I was in Iowa, and I have some decent little Pokemon now, including, I think, a Vaporeon that is 1,300 is probably my highest one, so I'm not
Are you still playing that?
Not really, since I've been home from Iowa.
Like I said, there's problems with it now.
Yeah.
They did updates last week, and they killed tracking, all forms of tracking, third party, first party. So now it's hey, this is in your area. Good fucking luck finding it in the 10-minute time frame you have to find it.
Right.
Because unless you go the right direction the first time, you know, you don't know you're going the right way because it doesn't
Did they say
even.
why they did that? Because that doesn't make any sense.
It was because it used to have this stepping, the 1, 2, 3 step for tracking, and then they stopped that because they said it was part of the reason the servers were just getting hammered. It was taking too much stress on the servers. So they edited it to where there's just 3 feet showing every time, and people are like, well, this is stupid. It doesn't show, and it doesn't get it in any particular order. The tracking is broken. So people took it in their own hands, and they started making third-party tracking apps and websites to where you can go on, and it would show you, like, this is showing up here. You have 8 minutes to get there and get it. And so people are using it to, yeah, I know. I have I have an 1800 and a 1900.
Give the guy a break, Jason.
Wait, hold on. It was Ladygasm, and then I got Dudong.
I don't have a dudong.
Dudong.
Anyway, there's third parties who made the they made third parties made these tracking apps, but technically they're against the code of conduct or whatever.
Right.
Yeah, I can't see it.
Oh,
something
right.
nips.
But they disabled these third party tracking. They blocked them. And then they took tracking off theirs.
His name is Trucknuts.
They took tracking off theirs completely. So there's absolutely no way of tracking these Pokemon. The closest you can get for it is the screen where they just show there's no feet on there anymore. You can see what's in your area, but it's not in any order, and it doesn't even update fast enough to where, say, you think you're going the right direction because you have no idea.
Yeah.
That it might update once you get there, and it's like, oh wait, that was completely on the other side. You stepped out of the area, and now the servers have caught up.
I understand, like,
and then
putting a load on the servers, but it doesn't take, with how much money they're making, it wouldn't, I don't think, be that, I don't know, crazy for them to just kind of put in more servers to take the load.
And then you originally had a 100-meter radius for like when it would like scan out to see if there's a Pokemon around you. They've lowered that to 70 meters. So it's not even like you have an even less chance of walking randomly and like it coming up. So they've just restricted it to this weird playing style now where everyone's just resulted to farming now, like, because it's like walking around and getting it is just frustrating now because you can walk forever thinking that you're tracking one that it's one off the server a long time ago.
Oh, so, yeah, shit. I'm getting rid of it.
Oh no.
But they started like actually
Pokemon Go, delete that shit.
They've actually started talking to people and like telling why they're doing this stuff because it was all in silence and everyone was getting pissed.
Yeah.
But they've started talking and they are apparently working on a tracking of some sort. And I'm just like, well, fucking hurry up and do it because the game is virtually unplayable right now.
Yeah, that's pretty much what I've heard too, is that the game is unplayable. I have not really been playing it much anyway. Since I've gotten back from Iowa, I just haven't had time. So I've caught a few things since I've been back. I caught a lot of things while I was up there. I had a really good time with it with my siblings. And I will say that we probably walked at least 20 to 25 kilometers while I was back there in 1 week. Just because we were always walking around hatching.
Kilometers, bro.
Like, whatever, because we were tracking eggs and stuff. So, I don't know how many miles it was, but we walked at least 20 to 25 kilometers to hatch eggs. So, let's see, a 5K is 3 miles. So
15 miles,
15 miles or so in a week. That's pretty damn good.
Man, this game has taught me metric system. It's pretty exciting.
Right. So, yeah, other than that, though, I've not really been playing anything. Today, I had a little time to play games, but then I had to go do a bunch of stuff. But I did sit down, and for the first time ever, I just played through Disney's Aladdin on Super Nintendo. I've always had that game. Everybody, for some reason, who's owned a Super Nintendo had Disney's Aladdin, and I've never played through it. So today I was like, I'm just going to play this. Because I'm going to give a shout-out on the internet this week. It was GOG.com. I don't know what the hell that even is, but they released Aladdin The Little Mermaid, and some other Disney game for free.
Lion King.
This better not be
Where you can
you
can just go play those games for free now on that website, and it's like, okay, and it made me think of those.
It's not free anymore.
Well,
did you play it on that, or did you play the cartridge Aladdin?
I played the cartridge Aladdin because
the one available on those sites is the Sega Genesis Aladdin.
Oh, it's the one where Aladdin has a sword.
Yeah.
Ah,
that's the good one.
Yeah. Well, I did not play that one. I played the Super Nintendo version, and I played the cartridge.
Steam released all 3 of those for like $10 a piece, or you can get all 3 of them in a pack of for $20. But yeah, it specifies that the Aladdin one is the Sega Genesis version because the other 2 are exactly the same on the consoles.
Ah. Well, I mean, that's still really neat. I would like to play through the Sega version sometime. I mean, the game was stupid. There's 2 levels in there that are like, what the hell is this? And and it's also incredibly short. I mean, it took me an hour and 20 minutes maybe to play through this game. And I've never played through it before, so it was very easy. But that's and then for some reason I have been wanting to play Civilization, and I've been playing a little Civ 5 by myself whenever I have a chance.
Bro, you should hit me up. We gotta finish our game.
The game we started over a year ago. But that's pretty much. I do have I Am Setsuna. I have not been able to put in enough time into the game. And then not only that, I started it right before vacation, and now I've kind of already in my head lost of where the hell I'm at. And so, but I'm only like 3 hours in, so I'm probably just gonna start over.
Oof,
and that sucks though. But that's all I've been pretty much been playing. We are going to have kind of a shorter episode this week. We're only going to talk for about another half an hour. So I want to kind of move on, though, and start going into some of our topics.
Boom.
Tim, you have been seeing lots of more stuff than everybody else recently.
Hey, your shit's not very loud right now.
Oh, okay. I was like, is that me? I was like,
no, I saw Jason Justin stuff.
No, I was going to say, Tim, you've been going to see stuff. You went and actually saw Suicide Squad. You're the only person in our small little group here that saw it.
Dude, there's a theater right down here. I didn't realize that movies were super cheap, like early in the morning.
Yeah, dude, that's why we always tell you.
That's why I always go at 10 o'clock in the morning on Sundays.
Exactly.
It's like $5 a ticket. Yeah, for like a reserved seat, like recline. I was like, $5, damn.
That's my point. That's why you go to the old people matinees on like Sunday.
Are so good.
Yeah.
The afternoon they get more expensive. The morning here is when they're cheap as hell.
Yeah, it's the early bird special, man.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, there was a lot of old people in there, but yeah, we woke up and I was like, shit, it was like $5. So we drove down there and watched Suicide Squad. Boom.
Nice. Was it actually nice though?
So I went in after seeing all the terrible reviews. I mean, like, this thing's popping like 23% on Rotten Tomatoes.
I think it's higher than that now, though. I think that it's been slowly creeping. It's creeping its way up. I thought it was almost at 40.
Yeah. Wow. Okay, that was a huge jump. I swear I was at 23 when I looked at it the other day. Anyways, I understand the complaints. Some people are saying, they're just trying to push into it.
I lied. I thought it. I swear to God, it was in the 40s. 26%.
A lot of people are saying that DC's trying to rush into it, where they're like putting all these like superhero types together without much of a backstory compared to Marvel, where you've got the standalone backstory movies like Thor, Iron Man, Captain America, the Hulk. I guess you get around there, stuff like that.
Right.
But I mean, I don't know. I didn't know too much about some of these characters. I know some of them I've never heard before, like fucking Captain Boomerang or whatever the hell, and that lady with the sword. Actually, most of them. I've never heard of most of these guys. The Enchantress, all that stuff. I thought it was okay. We had a good time. It was worth the $5. It was a fun movie to see. Nina put it. She's like, it was a great movie to see for what we paid, but I probably wouldn't have felt that way if we did like the IMAX $15 a piece kind of a thing.
Yeah.
So anyways, I guess that's the best way to look at it. I don't want to hype it up or shit on it too much.
Hype?
I didn't really like the Joker though. I thought Jared Leto was kind of a douche. Of course, I've been reading a lot of stuff.
Yeah. I don't like how he looks. I don't see the point. Like, he just looks like the Joker. A lot of the Joker is the look.
It is.
And he just looks like a guy wearing makeup.
So he is. Yeah. And it's. I know you can compare them all day, all the different Jokers, but they're all different. But
they all have the signature face scar smile. Doesn't even have a smile.
Right.
But he has grills. So
he's got grills. He's got these stupid tattoos, and he constantly is doing this in the movie. He's got like a tattoo of a laughing face right here, and he like does this all the time.
Oh, so that's his smile.
Well, yeah, I guess.
On his face,
so it's trying to show him as like being crazy. I never really got that. He was just kind of like, man, this guy is he's just odd. I didn't get crazy. If that makes any sense. More
eccentric than crazy.
I don't know. I didn't even get much of that. It was interesting. I don't know. It'll be interesting to talk to you guys after you've seen it, but who knows when that'll be. So.
Well, I do plan on actually seeing it. I'll probably catch it in the theater on a Sunday morning when I don't have a lot of stuff going on.
Next Sunday,
watch Star Trek. I gotta watch Star Trek.
I need to see Star Trek also. I need to see Star Trek first.
Star Trek and Sausage Party.
Oh. So
that's not out yet, is it?
No, but it comes out next weekend.
Oh shit!
It looks pretty good. Come on, Zach.
Oh, I'm so excited for Sausage Party. We're actually gonna get a group of people together to go, like a group of our friends to go, which makes me very excited to go to a movie with a group of people. So, especially a comedy that I know.
Watching a movie with a group of people.
When they're funny ones, it actually does make it a lot better because when you hear your group laughing, it actually makes you laugh more. Like, group mentality can make movies better. So, or worse. Or worse. Way worse.
Very.
So.
Right.
Only if you allow it to.
Well, yeah, but when I finally saw Star Wars Episode 3, by the time that came around, and we saw Hayden Christensen and, I got the high ground, and cuts his legs off, and it's like, come on.
He had the high ground.
And like all of us are just like, this is the fucking worst. And we walk out and I know, like in hindsight, that movie's not as bad as I hated it. The movie is terrible, but it's not as bad as I thought it was when I saw it the first time because the mob mentality actually made me think the movie was worse than it was. But it's still bad.
It is bad. I hate sand. Or is that the second one?
That's the second
one. Of course, that's gritty.
It gets everywhere.
Yeah. Welcome to life there, buddy. That's sand for you. Shit.
I hate sand too, so I connect with that.
Yeah.
Yeah, we can relate to Jedi here. All right.
Mm-hmm.
I like 3. 3's my favorite.
Well, that's pretty much all I got to say on Suicide Squad, so we'll talk more about it once you guys see it. The last little thing I'll throw out there is a little too much Will Smith. Could do with a little less of that guy in there. And for the simple fact, Will Smith,
ever get jiggy with it?
He's got one fucking role he plays, and that's Will Smith. So I'm tired of seeing Will Smith play Will Smith.
In the movie, does he go, woo?
Fuck, I can't remember. Probably. But, of course, I mean, they ruined it in the trailer. Not ruined it in the trailer, but he's got to say the fucking title of the movie in there. What are we, some kind of Suicide Squad? It's like, fuck, there it is. And then he's doing all this.
That's not a Will Smith thing. That's a movie thing. And those are the best lines in the movie. But the fact that it's him that did it
makes it that much
worse. I always say one day before once I stop worrying that I paid for, money to watch this movie, I'm going to stay and watch the whole thing. I'm going to go to the movies, and the moment the title of the movie is said, I'm just going to get up and leave every time. Like,
you would not be waiting long.
Won't even see the half of most movies I go and watch.
You wouldn't even see the half of this one.
Because I sit there and I applaud it whenever it does happen in any movie I watch. They say the title, I'm like, yes.
I mean, that's the problem. Is most likely almost all movies say the title of what they are.
It's fantastic every time.
I don't know.
I love it. That's the last little thing I'm going to throw on there, and you know what I'm talking about. But he has a huge role in this movie, almost a little too big, I think.
Yeah.
For being about the squad. This ain't Will Smith's squad. Come on.
And I heard the Joker has a very, very small role.
I heard a lot of his stuff got cut.
Yes.
Yep.
Because, They freaked out over the reception to Batman versus Superman, and the people, the bigwigs, like freaked out, and they made him go in and basically re-edit the entire movie, and they just made it shitty.
Jam Pow 2 says, I agree 100%. Will Smith is like the main guy in the movie. I had no idea he would be that big of a part. He made me feel like they could turn him into the Iron Man of DC.
Probably. Yeah, they're going to make a Deadshot fucking spin-off of this.
The Iron Man of DC, that's a bold statement. I mean, Tony Stark is arguably probably the favorite of all of the Marvel characters. I mean, he is the front runner for all of the MCU.
It all started with Iron Man.
Exactly. And so
DC, they've got
so you
Batman,
think they could put
Superman,
him in there? Not
Wonder
Affleck?
Woman.
Wouldn't be the Iron Man of the DC?
It's hard to say that because it's like
is the Iron Man of life. So I mean, if you don't like Ben Affleck, you can just get the fuck out of here.
There's more references to that in this movie, by the way, putting together that special team, which is kind of cool.
Yeah. I like what Jam Pow is getting at, though. I get what you're saying of, if you can bring Will Smith into your franchise, you're going to try to put him in the forefront because he is your star power. He is the reason. Like, if you can make him good, he's going to bring the money in. And Deadshot,
money to bring in money.
Well, the thing about the Suicide Squad is some of the Suicide Squad is just obviously stupid. Captain Boomerang is always stupid, and from what I heard, Jai Courtney is dumb in the movie also.
Who is that?
Jai Courtney is Captain Boomerang, the Australian guy who would have thrown boomerangs.
I thought that was a girl's name. I was like, which one was that? Is that the?
No, he's the guy that throws boomerangs, and he's kind of a dumb character in the first place.
Yeah, they never really talked about his. I don't know. Yeah, I didn't really understand. He threw a couple boomerangs in there, and then he whipped out some handy knives.
Fair enough.
I don't know. It's just, that was about it. There. All right, you guys need to watch, and then we'll talk about it. There's
and I can't wait, too, until we can talk to Tyler about it. Tyler is, of our small little group here, he is definitely the comic book DC nerd. He has a giant Harley Quinn tattoo on his back. So if there's one person who I know is going to see the movie and is going to have opinions on it, it will be him. We'll probably be talking a lot about Suicide Squad next week. So I'm sorry, Tim, you probably won't be on the show, but you should tune in.
I feel like my throat's getting scratchy.
Jace is already looking forward to talking about Suicide Squad next week with me and Tyler. Because I'll
already allergic to it.
You should try to see it by next weekend then, Jace, and we'll just talk Suicide Squad.
No, that's not happening.
You know what, Jace? It sounds like you need to focus a little more on health and wellness. Isn't that right, Zach? Wow, drink. Trying to segue here, buddy.
That was great.
That's some really good water. I'm glad it makes me feel so much healthier and more
We already got the segue.
Yeah, come on.
I wasn't going to segue yet because I wanted to talk about Stranger Things still. We might just have to save that one because that one is one I do want Jace to be able to talk about, and you should just watch that, Jace.
Yeah, after I finish Always Sunny in Philadelphia.
Dude, that's really long.
There's only 8 episodes here, Jace.
Stranger Things is 8 episodes.
Always Sunny is only like 13 episodes a season. I'm on 7 out of 10. I'm good.
Okay. Just throw in a little 8 episodes here. It's like...
Fair enough. Well, Stranger Things is amazing. Me and Tim have both started it, watched it, finished it. It's great. It's worth talking about.
Amazing, huh?
It's
my parents binge watched the whole thing in 2 days, and
I get it. Everybody's saying how amazing it is. Everybody's talking about it.
Mm-hmm. Amazing.
I have a couple beefs with it, but at the same time, it was really good, and there's a reason.
Was it really good or was it amazing?
There's a reason everybody's talking about it.
Really goodly amazing.
Ungodly goodly amazing.
Goodly God. It's just refreshing to see. I think what's nice, we don't have to go into it, but it's just nice to see something unique. That's not a reboot. That's not. I don't know.
It's exactly what you said. It's a new IP that came out. It's not a reboot. It's not based on anything else. It is its own thing, and it's nice. It's refreshing to watch.
It is.
You can see where its influences come from. But at the same time, it's a fresh story that we can watch, and it was engrossing.
What did I hear someone say? It's kind of like a mix of The X-Files, E.T., Super 8.
Goonies.
And probably The Goonies, yeah.
Yeah, I liked it a lot. It's really cool. We'll talk about Stranger Things in the future, though.
Super 8. Is that one movie I'm thinking of?
The Steven Spielberg one, the kids like filming the Super 8 camera, that thing on the train.
The train crashes.
That movie was fucking terrible.
Oh, you're so wrong. That movie's amazing.
I watched that in like December when I was like.
I shouldn't have compared it to anything. All right, here, Jason's never gonna watch Stranger Things.
That movie. Oh my god! I text my brother. I was like, "Did you like Super 8?" He's like, "Yeah, it was awesome." I was like, "This is a terrible movie."
Why?
I don't remember because it was 7 months ago, but I know I was not happy with it.
It's real good. Super 8's a real good movie.
They fought a trash monster at the end? Am I thinking that right?
It's not a trash monster. It is a big monster.
It was a spaceship made out of trash.
Well, no.
No, you're thinking of The Thing.
I don't even know what that is, so.
With Kurt Russell and the Wasteland where the guy's building that spaceship underneath? No. You're thinking of Rick and Morty, fucking spaceship and trash train.
One of them's a filmmaker, and they're making a film, and he's trying to move in on the blonde chick whose dad is a junkie, like white trash, and he's like, "Stay away from my daughter because I don't like your dad, the sheriff." And then he's a bad dad, sheriff dad. And then
is this true, Zach?
Yeah, this is Super 8. He's describing Super 8 to a T, but he's describing it in a way that makes it sound not good because it's actually awesome.
It's not a good movie.
Well, yeah, either way, we can move on. We got about 15 minutes left in the show. Just so you guys know, this is HutchCast Live. We are on episode 23. I am the host, Zach Hutchins, a.k.a. The Gaming Hutch. Joining me is Jace and Tim. If you are not a follower of the show, please hit the follow button. We go live every Sunday at 6:30 p.m. Central Time.
Wait. Is this the outro? You doing the outro already?
No, I'm just giving some info. We have people in the chat that aren't used to our channel, Tim.
Oh, sorry.
They don't see us every week. So I'm just giving some information. Thank you, though.
Right. Giveaway. Well, they're tuned in for a great time.
Well, I'm saying it because we're trying to do the show in an hour this week.
We had earlier?
We did. It would have been great.
This is volleyball team. We would have lost a long time ago. Because I set you up perfectly for that fucking spike, dude.
You're talking to the official on the high chair.
Out. Out. Anyway, we're trying to get out by 7:30. We're gonna, for the last 5 minutes, if you guys have any questions, queue them up in the chat. We'll try to answer some questions before we go. But for 10 minutes here, I'd like to talk about something that's been pretty prominent in my life and why why gaming has been so hard, and that's the fact that after 3 years of inactivity and eating whatever I wanted, I've decided to start working out again, and it sucks. And eating healthy and not drinking during the middle, like I haven't been drinking at all during the week. I've only been drinking a little bit on the weekends.
That's why it's hard, dude, because you're going through alcohol withdrawals.
I know, I'm going through some alcohol withdrawals here, which is terrifying because it makes me know that I was borderline alcoholic. Drinking,
yeah.
I was probably drinking like 6 beers a day, you know, like I had a 6-pack a day for probably 2 years. So, you know, I had some bad habits, and now I'm trying to put them back in order so that I can stop being a big fat guy. I'm trying to lose weight. I'm working out really hard now. I cut out soda. I'm not drinking fast food. But what's funny about it, I'm going to bring it up.
I've never drank fast food.
Did I say drink fast food?
Yeah.
I blend it up and I make smoothies.
That's awesome.
Fast food smoothies. No, I'm not eating fast food. I'm not drinking soda pop. But
soda pop.
It's been nice. I can already kind of tell a difference, and it's only been a month. But bringing up vacation, I went back on this vacation, and I brought up how we're getting older. We didn't drink the whole time. We were there for 8 nights, and I drank maybe 3 days that we were back. But I got in more workouts than I used to get in my regular life, like, ever. So I did a workout almost every single day we were back in Iowa, which is the first time on a vacation that I've ever done something like that. So I know that hopefully this is the time that I'm going to get back on the wagon. I'm going to continue to go down a healthier path. And since I'm about to turn 30, I feel like it's a pretty good time for me to start doing this. Tim, I know you have a very active lifestyle. You date my sister, who is a very skinny girl. She does a lot of cooking. She likes to try to be healthy. And then, Jace, I know you've had some medical things recently that have made your life hell. And it talks about how, yeah, well, in a way, it's not just working out and everything, but it's making sure your insurance is in line, making sure that if you have things that happen to you, you know where to go and you know what to do. So I just wanted to talk a little bit about health, especially since I have been really going down this path of getting myself on the right track. I wanted to kind of hear from you, Tim, who are someone you've never really gotten off that beaten path since you were in the military. And then Jace, kind of your situation also. You've had some medical stuff that sucks. So I'd like to hear kind of anything from you guys, really.
Well, I'll just go ahead and say that it's easier to maintain than to get there, if that makes sense. So if you get down to a weight that you like, it's easier to maintain it than to let it go back and then try and work it off again. And you're actually going pretty extreme, dude, like getting rid of the alcohol, the soda, fast food, everything all at once, kind of going cold turkey. That most people, not that you're part of most people can't do that. And the best way is to like just do one thing at a time, because then it doesn't seem as insurmountable. That's why some dietitians will tell you, don't change anything about your diet, just do smaller portions. So they tell you to drink 3 beers a day instead of 6. And it's you know what I'm saying? Something like that. And so then they slowly taper it down that way instead of going cold turkey. So my hat's off to you, dude, and it sounds like you're doing it right. If you can't go cold turkey, that's best. But, it's usually not sustainable, but it sounds like you're there.
It is hard, and I feel like it's actually why I failed multiple times over the last few years. I've tried to do this before, and it's not something I've been able to do, and I think it's because I didn't have my workouts well enough. I could do it for a while where I was just correcting my eating and my soda and my drinking, and then I wasn't doing enough workouts to keep myself going, so I didn't really feel enough change, and I would fall back in my old habits. A big part of why this is working is I found this type of workout called Camp Gladiator. I don't know how widespread this thing is, but they do it here in Texas. And essentially it feels like P90X outside that you do with a bunch of other people in Texas heat. So you go out there and it's 105 degrees. The moment the workout starts, I'm dripping sweat. And we work out for an hour. We use dumbbells. It's a lot of cardio. It's very difficult workouts that I know I'm pushing myself out there, and it's because I'm around other people. I've been trying to describe it to my wife, my wife didn't do any sports really when she was in high school. She played volleyball, but I was in 4 sports throughout most of high school, so it reminds me of a sports practice. I'm held accountable. When I'm not there, if I go back the next time, the trainer, it's the same trainer every time, she asked me, hey, where were you yesterday? So if I miss a workout, people are wondering where you were. They're actually expecting you to be there. They're expecting you to help push them. It's finding a community. And it's taken this community to help push me in my workouts. Because I've done plenty of stuff where you start at home, and you can't get the motivation. You start doing it, you're supposed to work out for an hour. You get 20 minutes in, and you're like, oh, man, I'm tired today. I did enough. And you quit, or you're like, oh, I don't feel like working out today. I'm not even going to work out, and you just ignore it because you're at home and nobody's holding you accountable. That's why I've loved going somewhere, and I didn't realize I was going to be one of those people that couldn't self-motivate myself to work out, but I've needed other people to help push me, and my wife has been a big part of that too.
How many days a week is this?
We've been going 4 days a week, Monday through Thursday, an hour. It normally starts at 4:30 or 4:45, and we're done 5:30, 5:45. And then I've normally been trying to get in one other workout on the weekends. It's normally been yoga that my wife puts me through a yoga workout to help stretch me out for about an hour. And that happens on Sunday mornings normally. Sometimes Saturday, though. So that's been good. Jace, what about you? I know, so Jace, you broke a tooth recently. That's the story?
The tooth has been broken for a while.
There you go. And so
the filling came out last fall.
Yeah.
But I didn't have insurance, so I said, yeah, it's not hurting, whatever. Let it be.
More milk duds.
And then I was eating I was telling them, and I was thinking about it. I said it was about a month and a half ago. I don't even remember. It could have, I think it's only like 3 weeks ago. I'm not sure. It's felt like a fucking lifetime, though.
Yeah.
I was eating and I was cleaning it, and I think I just poked the tooth, and I think I just broke. And so it just opened itself up, and it's just, something got in. I think it was infected. I think it is infected. I'm not sure. Because the pain was in the jaw, is along the gum, is back in my jaw, it's up in my ear. Like, it's just like, fuck. And so there's days where, like, I'm at work and I just can't even focus because I'm in so much pain. And I've been just coming home. Part of my gaming, like I mentioned, gaming's been cut off because I was just, like, throwing ice on it and just trying to make myself fall asleep because it hurt so bad. I was like, I don't even want to be awake. And so I was looking at different insurance options because I didn't get insurance through work because my sign-up day was like the day after Memorial Day back in May, and I just completely forgot. And so I didn't have the papers, didn't get them turned in, so I didn't, whatever. But I came to find that my insurance through my work anyway, doesn't even really cover anything. My boss told me. So I was like, well, good. I'm glad I'm not missing out on anything. So whatever. But I was looking up alternate stuff, and by the time I was really starting to find stuff, it was the 1st. And I looked, and most of them have these like waiting periods, so it wouldn't be until like September 1st to when it would have went into effect. So I said, fuck it, I have to get this taken care of. Went to the dentist, and she's like, yeah, that's not savable. It's got to come out. So I got a tooth pulled on Thursday.
But that's it though. Like, there's nothing else she needs to do. It didn't like infect. I don't know.
I got antibiotics. She couldn't find a sign of infection, even though I have like a lump on my jaw right here, and the pain was right in line with infection, but it wasn't showing along the gum line. There's no pockets like that she could find of anything. So I got a prescription for like a, god damn it, I spaced on the word again.
Antibiotics.
And so they gave me those.
Induced memory loss.
And no, my memory's just shit anyway. And so I've been taking those. Hopefully by the time the round is over, it'll all be cleared up. But I have to save and get an implant put in because she's like, eventually the teeth can move, and that's when the real problems might start. I'm like, oh, great. She goes, she's like, oh, and it looks like your gum is a little higher than it should be, and that usually makes it more susceptible to movement. I'm like, oh, fucking awesome. So she's like, yeah, you need to get an implant as soon as you can. And I was like, oh, cool. And those are really expensive, even with insurance.
Yay.
Woo.
Remember when I did that topic on adulting? This is very similar.
Oh, this always happens. There's always something that happens when I come up with just a little bit of money of some sort. And in August, there's a whole extra check. Because the one that I got on Friday was for bills. And then the one at the end of the month, that's like the first week of September, I could use for rent. So there's this one right in the middle that was just extra. I was going to use it to catch up on bills, like credit card and stuff. Well, half of it's gone already. So
nice.
Yeah.
It happens every time. When I got student loans in college, I got in a wreck, so I had to pay the insurance like $500, and I was like, "Oh, cool! I love life. It's so cool."
Lyman.
I love life. It's so.
Life is great.
But yeah, so I have to go because even then I had to go back and. I don't know if I told you this. I was flossing. This one was about a month and a half ago. I was flossing on the other side. Cracked a filling. So I had to get that redone.
With floss?
I had to pay for that.
Who did that filling? Fire that guy.
Like I said, it was in there, and I don't know why. For the last 6 months or so, it's been catching. So I've been I had to cut it, but then it stopped catching. And so I was doing it, doing normal. And I was doing it, and I just went, oh, and so now I have, it's not a hole in the tooth, but a hole in the filling, like on this side, and the other hole was on this side. So eating for the last month has been total shit. Like, it's been the worst.
So it's like you have to eat on one side?
I was eating on this side, and then I cracked that filling, and now it's been
right in the front.
chewing We're like biting really small at the front and chewing it in the very back of the mouth. Like and I have to sit there and hold like a toothpick as I'm eating to clear that out. Oh, some got here. Clear that out. It's
So, Jason,
awful. I hate my teeth.
You don't need to answer this because all the shit you're going through. But Zach, have you ever had it where you get like a toothache, so you have to eat on one side, and then you just feel awkward as fuck because you really want to chew with the other side of your mouth too for whatever reason? I wonder why that is.
I get it because every once in a while I'll get canker sores. I don't know why. I've read that it's a hereditary thing.
Licking those bus seats.
Out of nowhere, I'll just get a canker sore. Not a cold sore, but a canker sore.
Mm-hmm.
And whenever that happens, it normally, is isolated on one side, and then you don't want to eat over there. You don't want to get salt over there. You don't want to get anything onto it. So you do have to chew on the other side, and it is just the most annoying thing that you can possibly go through.
Oh, when the tooth that got pulled, when I first heard it, like anything touching it was like collapsing me to the ground. It hurt so bad. So I was sitting there eating, and just a little piece would make its way over and go in. I would just be like, oh, like spitting food out because I couldn't finish it. I was like, oh.
Tim, can you imagine being out to lunch with Jace while and he's just like having a conversation with you, eating, and out of nowhere he's just like, blah, and he starts drooling.
Ask my brother and my old roommate. It's happened because, like I said, that tooth was broken. The filling has come out of it 3 different times, and the last time it happened, I was eating lunch with my brother and my roommate, and we're sitting there. I'm talking, and then we're eating like Chinese or something, and I think just a piece of rice got in there just vertically, and I bit down on it. And I just went. And, like, my eyes just start watering, and I'm just like, ugh, and like your tooth. Oh my god!
Oh,
like it's the worst.
That sounds awful.
So yeah, now I have to get used to eating without a fucking tooth, like a trap asshole.
Something tells me that this is
I hate it.
Replacing.
I hate life right now.
Right. Well, I'm very sorry, Jace. That's why we were talking a little bit about health. Sometimes you got to keep yourself healthy. I wish we would have had more time to actually talk about this topic. I think keeping yourself healthy is very important. My wife works in a profession where she keeps herself healthy. That's what she does. Tim, you and my sister are, a great example of people that eat well and have always kind of consistently worked out. You never really let yourself go. I'm kind of the opposite way, where the last 3 years I've just let myself go, and I'm trying really hard to feel like an athlete again, and it's difficult to do.
You're on the right path, dude.
But it is on the right path, and I just thought I'd bring it up, and it's I know it's hard for people out there to tell, but I've lost weight, and I feel better, so that it's always a positive thing. Captain Redbeard joined our chat. I'm glad you joined right at the end, buddy. You should tune back in next week, 6:30 p.m. This has been HutchCast Live, episode 23. I'm your host, Zach Hutchins, a.k.a. The Gaming Hutch. If you haven't already, give the channel a follow. Like I said, we're here every Sunday, 6:30 p.m. for HutchCast Live. It's either me, Jason, Tim, or me, Jason, Tyler, depending on the week. No more Ghostface. So you've been here before. No, I don't think so. I've corrected the lighting a little bit. It doesn't look as bad now, right?
Oh, lupus, Zach.
Yeah, when I had lupus
when you're getting your treatments for lupus. God, yeah, man, you were just like pale.
It doesn't look as bad now, though, right? Like, I've corrected the lighting a little bit.
But it's still pretty bad. You're just a pale guy.
But
I was gonna say, you've been working out outside, and you look wider than shit.
Yeah. Yeah.
Hey, that's not a good comparison.
He's gonna do something about it. Oh, he's gonna. Hey, stand closer to that yellow flag. I'm sure that'll make your color pop.
Oh no, what lupus?
Look, you can see the color difference between my foot and my leg. I have gotten sun.
Your wife's been having you do yoga. You look as flexible as I do.
Oh, shut up!
In that way.
Oh, whatever. I try. Anyway, give the channel a follow, please. Also, go on to Twitter. Follow me on Twitter at The Gaming Hutch. Joining me has been JC Ayatollah of the Controller Baldridge. Go find him on Twitter at Jace Plays Games. Also find him
Twitch
here on Twitch at Jace Plays Games. Also on Instagram at Jace Plays Games. Watch Jace use the Snapchat feature on Instagram all the time because it's all he does now.
What?
I don't know. I've never seen you use it. I'm like, it seems like the thing. It's like the one thing that Jace I know will never fucking use.
The last anything video that I posted was when I ran into some geese at the lake.
I liked that though. That was a really good video.
Great fucking video, right?
Yeah.
Wow.
Tim is also here, but you can't find him on social media because he doesn't like people to interact with him socially. So
lazy.
So he is on the PlayStation Network, but that's not the big a deal. He's at Sneaky Protestant. You might see him playing Overwatch with Jace or me sometime on a stream. Thank you guys very much for being here. We'll be back next week at 6:30 p.m. with me, Jason Tyler, to talk about ghost stories and Suicide Squad. Thank you guys very much. I'll see you next week.
Peace.
Peace.
Oh, what the